morning, everyone. So every year we have, actually, I don't know if it's every year, we have tax season bingo that was brought to you or brought to us by Holly, our office manager. And it's got some fun things in there, some normal things too. The normal things would be like a client that owes $10,000 or a client that gets a refund of $10,000. And then when we get a bingo, we reward ourselves. And then we start it all over again, and we do it over again, see how many bingos we can get. Be interesting to see how many we get this year. And some other fun ones are, a non-client yelling at us for one reason or another. Usually it's because we tell them that we're not taking new clients, unless they come from a referral or something. But, they get upset at that. But, I mean, we can only do so much. And, or the or the ones that, someone says F Trudeau, or I don't want Trudeau getting my money, or something like that. And I'll be honest, that one's usually crossed off on day one. We get that one quite a bit. But the one I want to talk about is not one that's on the list, but I'm definitely going to petition for that to be put onto the bingo list, is the T2200. It is an employment expense form that employers give their employees in order for them to claim certain expenses due to their employment conditions. And I don't want it to say the T2200, was incorrect. I wanted to say it was handed a T2200 that was actually filled out correctly. We have tons of them every year. And so far this year, we don't have a single T2200 that has been filled out correctly. And we don't typically tell people to go back and get it corrected. We just tell them what it's supposed to say, and then hopefully their employer later on down the road will actually make those changes if and when they are reviewed for those expenses. Now on that form, the one that's almost always incorrect is the one that has to do with vehicle expenses. It asks if they were given some sort of allowance. It asked if those expenses were reimbursed. It asks if any of those expenses were included on the T4. Now that's the one that always gets people, because if your vehicle allowance is included on your T4 and your employer requires you to have a vehicle for work, then you can actually claim those expenses because you're already being taxed on them. So you can have a deduction on your tax return in most cases, okay? And that is almost always missed. So there's a lot of people that we reach out to and say, hey, the job that you do potentially might have these vehicle expenses. Do you run your own vehicle? Do you get an allowance? Because we might see something in box 40, which is a taxable benefits box, and that means that amount of money was included in box 14, which means it's taxable, which means we might have a write-off that we've been missing, and probably you've been missing for as long as you've been working at that job. And sometimes it turns out that the employer is not willing to sign that form, even though they meet the conditions. I'll never understand that. It's always a fight, and we try to fight for those clients to get that stuff right. So I'm going to go in and petition to have that added to the bingo blackout, and then we got to decide what the reward is going to be when it's all said and done. Maybe shots or something. It is Friday. Anyways, hope that helps. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends, and be well. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all of which are linked in the description below. We're more than just an accounting firm. We do business consulting and media creation for our small businesses. Consider checking us out. It would really mean a lot. Hope to see you soon.